really this consideration of the regulatory pathway, the inclusion of pharmaceutical, if you're a medical device manufacturer, the inclusion of a pharmaceutical product in the design of your product adds complication, and it brings you complication in the direction you haven't had to deal with or work with before. So a typical drug device combination might be something like a drug-eluting stent, where a coronary stent is being introduced into the heart, and the stent portion that's left in the coronary artery includes a drug that has an effect that secondary to the actual stent that's being in place. And that one, by the way, is generally a medical device. But as soon as we introduce the pharmaceutical product into the picture, we have to consider pharmaceutical regulation. We have to consider how we're going to get that product in there. And we have to have an enhanced communication with our notified body in Europe to ensure that they agree that the classification of the product is either as a medical device or a pharmaceutical. So that's a letter of we get from the notified body, getting their decision, notified body decision letter. So we need to get hold of that. And the classification of products that include these materials, if they are medical devices, are class 3 products. So we go to the highest risk classification as a default. The requirements for the pharmaceutical portion and the medical device portion don't change, regardless of who's regulating them. So we still have to design the medical device place with all the considerations of design that we would standardly apply to, and the same acceptance criteria. It's just directing it to the people, different sets of people who are going to do final assessment of that product before it's given market clearance. In the FDA being the US market, the FDA have a specific Office of Combination Products who are specifically set up to advise manufacturers on the classification of the product and on the routes that should be taken to get that product to the market, how to attack it and how to approach it. Very different in America and Europe, but there's lots of commonality with approaches and so on. Just the regulatory route tends to be slightly different.